Okay, good evening, everyone. Again, for those who are still here, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen for Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. Time now is 7 p.m. I'd like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, the good news is we're going to start right up with public comments. So if you would, if somebody has a comment, please, you have the right to state your name, or you could say, state your name and address.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. My name is Harry Stevenson, 13 Colonial Drive in Bethel. And I can see from the screen, my wife, Duran Koval, would like to join the meeting. So I think the timing is perfect. Great. So I raised my voice to support any work that could be done to further progress on Colonial Drive regarding the drainage issues. We've been a resident for less than 5 years. In that less than 5 years, our house is flooded twice. The total out of pocket is approximately $50,000, all of which we cannot get any sort of assistance with whatsoever. Okay, we were told that by an insurance company that homeowners doesn't cover it because it's an overflow from a drainage, and because we're not technically in a flood zone, we cannot get flood insurance. And when we try to research private insurance, has come up in previous comments, it's just not worth it. Okay, so myself, my family, and people sitting nearby, and all of my neighbors, we're on a very similar boat. So to see a dollar amount on the screen that is about a quarter of what we've already had to pay out of pocket for the repairs due to something that's been in place, to be very candid, for as long as I've been alive. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, and this issue's been happening for as long as I've been alive, still not resolved.
I just want you to understand, the number you saw is just for a study.
Completely.
The repairs,
Totally.
the repairs could be 10 times the cost of the study.
I
It's just to let us know. I just don't want you thinking that we
Nope.
improve 19,000 or 30,000, whatever it is, and poof, everything's fixed. That's just to get engineers there and tell us what the solutions are.
I understand.
I just want to make sure that
completely,
Okay.
totally understood, but I see it as a first step of many, and it's a necessary step that needs to be taken. So I raise my voice and appreciate the opportunity to say, on behalf of Colonial Drive, approve whatever needs to be done to move this forward as expeditiously as possible, please. Thank you so much.
Any other comments?
I'm Joy Kissling. I live next to Harry, 9 Colonial Drive, my husband Greg. The only thing I'd like to do, and Eric and Jonathan have seen these pictures, just to let you see that these are the houses. There's out of 21 houses, the one on Walnut Hill Road as well. These are all the reds are all the houses that have been affected. And this happens to be a picture of, that's Robin's house, and this is Matt Knickerbocker's house. And this is just plain Colonial Drive. And we are in the pond. We're not flooded with, the pond isn't, we're in it. I mean, when she says she had water in her basement, I said, you're in the pond actually there. That was the level of the pond on our street.
And what is that? Is that somebody standing in the middle?
That's Adrian Knickerbocker standing there. It was just incredible. We've lived there. We've been dealing with this for 51 years. That's how seriously it started. The month we moved in as young 30-year-olds, it started, and it's been ever since. So I just want to add that. That's all I really can say. I think it's self-explanatory. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you like to submit those?
We're going to wait.
I
Yeah,
would
we-
actually. I just need copies. These are my copies in their color. I don't have color.
I took some of those pictures, so I can send them to you.
Okay.
All right, any more comments?
You could email them to Mary, and Mary can distribute them to everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
That would probably be
Business
easier
test,
to
right,
go to
Mary?
Board of Finance, so they.
Yeah.
Richard from 9 Colonial Drive. As my wife said, we've been dealing with this problem. She's Your math is off. It's 52 years.
73.
Chad McCullum was the selectman when we first discovered we had a problem. I never thought water would run uphill. Her driveway, Matt Knickerbocker's driveway, the water literally ran uphill because the pond just could not handle it. So Frank Clark was the next selectman, and he approved the town spending and giving us the pipe.
Second pipe.
Richie, yeah, he had the second pipe. He had a small pipe in there. He gave us the pipe for the second one. And Richie Steiner did the work. My neighbor did the engineering study. So that was a kind of and that served it well for probably 20 years. Until all the developments, the blacktop started, and we had 40 acres draining in. Now, according to Eric, it's 74 acres. The problem has not gone away. So Eric is aware of it. Obviously, Dan's aware of it. There are some proposals, but we don't need it fixed tomorrow. We need it fixed yesterday.
Yes.
These people, I mean, you saw the pictures. These people were just looking for something.
And their house was almost as bad as these two.
So whatever you guys can do, whatever the finance board can do, I'm glad to see that we at least were on number one for the second priority list. I think we should be number one overall. It hasn't been a problem that just started. It's been 52 years that it's been. And we tried to deal with it, and now it's, as Chad McCullum said, it was a 1 in 100-year storm. Well, that was 52 years ago. Now we're dealing with 1 in 500, 1 in 1,000, whatever it is. But we can't handle it this summer. There's going to be an uproar down to these people. These people don't deserve this. So whatever you guys can do, we certainly be appreciated.
Well, assuming that we approve it at this meeting, my suggestion would be make sure you go to the Board of Finance's meeting and have public comment there so they understand the scope of, we generally don't send a description over to them. So it makes sense for you. Once we approve it, they normally meet, is it the second Tuesday? Second Tuesday? They meet second Tuesdays of the month. So the second Tuesday, so in
Yeah.
July, it'll be the second Tuesday is when they meet. And, assuming that the chairman puts it on his agenda, you could find that out on the town website. It would make sense that you guys go because they allow public comment at their meetings as well, right?
Thank you, Bert.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it.
And if I can just add mine too.
Name and,
Yeah, Robin Juan, 3 Colonial Drive. I've lived, for the most part, since 1978 in this house. For a short time, I was out of it and experienced many, many floods. You can see from the pictures here, I think last year I had more than probably 3 pump outs from the fire station. In January, they actually left. They said, sorry, we can't do anything more. So I literally sat on my kitchen floor crying, watching my house flood. So it's, the fact that you're taking this seriously and that you're doing something, hopefully doing something for it and fixing it. It means a lot because I can't keep redoing my house. It's, and we can't sell our houses
Yep.
because
That's
full
the worst
disclosure,
part.
we can no longer sell our houses.
Yes.
So we're stuck there. We can't even move away from it. So I'm glad to see that we're number one. I think we deserve to be number one. We've been dealing with it for a long time and it's a man-made problem.
thank you for all your comments. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you for having us.
Online, she said that she has photos or a video to share if you'd like.
If that's okay, I'd like to move it along, but I would like to send that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, send that in so we can share it with the Board of Finance would be a great thing.
They're very similar.
That's fine.
But that is good.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Thanks.
meet to us, Mary, when you.
Rich, you have the number,
When they send you the photos.
the numbers on
and
the very
stuff,
back. Was this from
email it to us.
1980 or 1902?
Thank
The list of the costs. I took it back to the other
you.
one.
I think it was
It's 1902 or 1908?
1980.
1908?
It was 1980. 1980. We could just
Yeah.
do 20, not 20.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So let's put this on here. Okay, so next up is the consideration of the approval of the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes. Let's knock that out. I would accept a motion to approve the minutes from June 3rd, 2025.
I move that we approve the minutes from June 3rd, 2025.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. First selectman report. I'll have one item. I'll just do it next week. I move that we add to new business, the recommendation, or sorry, consideration of funding for a study for the Colonial Drive drainage issue.
Second.
And, on favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We'll add that as a first item under new business. There's no old business, new business. Consideration of, the drainage issue of Colonial Drive. I move that we recommend to the Board of Finance $20,000 for a study for the drainage issue on Colonial Drive, not to exceed 20.
Second.
Okay, I'll recognize, Great Rich on the second on that one. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Beat you to by second. Motion carries. Okay, first up, consideration of appointments to the ad hoc committee. By the way.
You're good. You don't have
You're
to
good.
stay.
It's
You got
passed.
it.
You're
You got
good.
it.
You're right.
You're right.
All
All right.
recommended for capital monitoring. Got it. Okay, next up, appointments to the ad hoc committee, America 250. So, I just kind of want to, and I'll say this to the, by the way, is that Doreen? Dorian? Great
Dorian,
dance.
yes.
You were
Thank you,
fantastic.
guys.
You're welcome to hang or whatever you want. I think everybody walked out already, so you can see.
The rest of the street's gone.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna do that one and we've moved right along.
Well, thank you both, thank you all, very much for everything. I appreciate you.
Very welcome.
Thank you.
So, okay,
All right.
what I want to stress with this is an ad hoc committee, not a commission, not a board. The charter is pretty clear with commissions and boards that we can do via ordinance. We're just putting together a committee for this. We actually do have, if you look at the political affiliations, we're actually within minority representation. I just happened to look, but it's a committee, so it doesn't have the same rules. We have 7 people who kind of got together for the, I'll call it the initial organization, which I'd like to make the appointees for this. And I'm going to read each one. It's Thomas Boycewitz, Mary Ferry, William Hagan, Catherine Hebert, Rachel Ribeiro, Kristen Robinson, and Patrick Wild. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to make a motion that we appoint those individuals to the the America 250 ad hoc committee. So a second. Oh, yeah, so moved, I'm sorry. And I'll second. So for any questions on how this is going to work or anything, so we did establish a member of 7 last time we spoke, and these are the folks who will do it.
Gonna have fireworks.
I don't know yet. Basically, there's a lot of things they can do. When you look at federal and state, very story oriented, I think they're going to probably choose to reach out to different groups, have different groups do events to celebrate the 250 years. It may culminate in a event on July 4th, and maybe we do fireworks. It probably depends how we get the money and raise it and all that. There's no budget set up for this. There's no state budget, federal budget. It's kind of whatever we can figure out. They are talking about the possibility of fundraising, but their first official meeting will come up next week, I think. Is it Thursday? The Thursday?
I think it's this.
Yeah. Might be Thursday. Yeah, this Thursday. I know it's planning to go. Any other questions, Brian?
Do they have to get sworn in?
No. It's an ad hoc committee. It's not a board or commission. I don't think you have to swear them. Melanie, what do you think? It's a committee. Yeah.
It's more clear with the border commission. Check that.
Yeah. Yeah, the committees, the ad hoc committee is actually not recognized anywhere. With sustainable, it's just with sustainable ad hoc commission, the committee, they did sustainable. Because they swore in. Yeah. I mean, did they do that by ordinance when they did it? Or is that why they made it ad hoc? I think that's why they made it ad hoc. Right? The Sustainable Development Commission was an ad hoc commission. So when they created it, I don't know what they did. We can look into that later. But I'm strictly making this very clear. This is a committee, which I believe is in the purview of us to put together a committee of people to work on something. It's not something they're not, I don't believe they need to be sworn in or do anything official because they're not a board or a commission. Okay, which is trust in the charter. If that changes, we'll look into it. Okay, see, town's gonna look into that. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. I don't think there's any further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, consideration of roof repairs for the old train station. I'm sorry. Yes, old train station. So what we have before is, and Brian, you brought this up. We have one proposal. The reason there's one proposal is because I guess there are very few places that are certified to work there with the MTA. And that's why this was brought to us, I'm assuming from the old train station commission or committee rather. They need to do a substantial amount of work. The big part of this money is flaggers, from what I understand. So it says excludes cross and flaggers, so I don't know, then, oh no, it excludes the flaggers, because flaggers will be given by Metro North. Yeah. Yeah, for the record, I think,
And this was
yeah,
for
Yeah.
eight square with
Yeah.
a roof. I mean, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
2 sheets of plywood. That's.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's unbelievable.
well, I tend to agree, I mean,
Yeah,
I do.
That's.
and by the way, this comes out of the train station account money. Yeah. So whatever it's to be paid for from that account, what we get from rent and all that.
It's over 3,000 square.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
It's a train robbery.
That's no joke. And that's absolutely insane.
Well, again, it was, I'm told this is because that they are the ones who are approved to do the work by DOT. And with everything we're doing with DOT and MTA right now, it doesn't surprise me. So, okay, so I move that we approve the roof repairs to the old train station building. And it's a proposal for work order 20323 in the amount of $25,250 to come from the old train station account. That's it. So that's my motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion on this robbery?
There's no other company that does it.
That's what they brought forth from train station. They said this is the company that's approved. Listen, if I know it needs to be done. I have no problem with tabling and going back and seeing if they get a second one.
I'll make my second bet.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
think
I
about
mean,
Do you want to have a discussion with them?
discussion with it.
Well, I mean, I'll go back to the old train station and just make sure that,
Yeah,
They're
if
telling
there's
you
another
that-
company, yeah, there's another
There's gotta
company
be
in
another
that
company.
company. I mean, that's,
fun with me.
Well, plus the Metro North is supplying the flag guard.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
paying for the flaggers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll withdraw my motion. Okay, so let's take consideration of repairs the old train station and table it to the next special or regular meeting.
Okay.
And I'll get with them on it right away. Okay. Next up. I move that we approve tax refunds in the amount of $1,296.23 due to payment of taxes. And all in favor? Yeah, aye. Seeing abstentions, noes, motion carries. Last up, consideration of appointments for vacancy on boards and commissions. We have one vacancy on the Ethics Commission. It actually could be anybody. It could be a Democrat. It can't be a Republican. It can be a Democrat, independent, or unaffiliated, because we already have the maximum number for Republicans. The Democrat Town Committee recommended Ted Blum,
Yes.
which I would wholeheartedly endorse as well. Ted's been with doing stuff for our town forever. He was ethics for New Vance at one point or something.
Yeah.
He's a terrific choice. So with that, I nominate Ted Blum for the vacancy on the Ethics Board, Ethics Commission, sorry. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. With that, gentlemen, I would say motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we stand adjourned at 7:20.